In a world where we encourage living in and making the most out of the moment, why do we need to care about the future? That's because we are in a period of great uncertainty. Suddenly, we are in a pandemic. There are international conflicts and all sorts of global crises. As the author of the book Humanocracy, Gary Hamel said, we are not in a post-strategy era. In order to remain relevant and prepared for any threats and opportunities, any organization, especially government institutions, must have a vision for the future that stimulates imagination and inspires bravery. To get to that, there must be a future-informed strategy that has to be flexible, resilient, and capable of withstanding the unexpected. Those future-informed strategies can be developed through Foresight. Foresight is a participatory process that systematically attempts to explore the different futures with the aim of using those futures in identifying the areas of strategic research and the emerging technologies likely to yield the greatest economic and social benefits. That is where this project, titled The Development and Institutionalization of DOST Foresight Framework and Protocol, comes in. This project aims to develop and institutionalize a foresight framework and protocol to further strengthen the capacity of DOST planning officers, program managers, and technical staff on foresight and in general to create foresight competencies that are useful in R&D management and strategic planning and essentially in supporting the agency's mandates, one of which is the formulation of R&D plans, programs, and policies. Foresight competencies are needed to identify drivers of change and the emerging issues and many possible ways they may have affected the future. Such information can be used to create plausible, provocative, and alternate future scenarios, and those future scenarios can inform present policies, plans, and strategies. This project has the following objectives. First, to establish and capacitate DOST Foresight Core Team and Sectoral Foresight Technical Working Group on the relevant foresight tools. Second, to establish framework, protocol, and monitoring and evaluation system on S&T Foresight. Third, to identify S&T related opportunities and threats as basis for the development of specific research areas and future-oriented technologies. And lastly, to formulate and implement a plan to ensure sustainability of technology foresight. The project has three major components which address all the objectives. First is the capacity building, which intends to generate training modules and capacitated foresight DOST teams, and this addresses Objective 1. Second is the foresight component, which aims to generate future opportunities and threats and research areas and future-oriented technologies, addressing Objective 3. And lastly, the third component is the development of the framework, protocol, and institutionalization, which intends to establish the foundation for sustaining the foresight as a policy tool, and this component addresses Objectives 2 and 4. At the end of this project, we aim to achieve higher appreciation and better understanding of foresight among DOST personnel, and for them to have a foresight mindset and have a mental model that will guide decisions, plans, strategies, and policies at present, and achieve a more resilient and anticipatory R&D governance.